Just waking up on day 2 of my little Mornington Peninsula walk. Bit of cloud came in last night, which was a bit of a blessing because it knocked off a bit of dew and also warmed the temperature a bit. It was meant to be 17 degrees last night, but it was a lot chillier than that. I was borderline cold. The trouble is, the cloud is knocking off my sunrise views, unfortunately. Anyway, the plan for today is to get up and start walking and just see where I get to. So hopefully I get around the other side of the beach somewhere, the other side of the front beach somewhere, camp tonight. That blue sky's looking good. It's meant to be a nice day. There's Bass Strait out there. Alright, let's hit the road. It's just after 7 now, probably 7:15, just leaving the camping. Well, bare patch of sand. Heading down to the beach to see what the tide's doing. So last night I walked a lot of the beach section. Because the beach section's a bit of a slog. It was meant to be warm today, but it hasn't turned out that way. But yeah, the beach section can be a little bit of a slog. So I thought I'd do that. I could do that at night under a reasonably full moon on a low tide, and it worked out well. Mind you, I didn't pull up stumps till about midnight. So beach is looking good this morning, from what I can see so far. It's a middling tide. Here's my first look at it for the day. So the plan is, I'm going to head around that headland, try and get around it on that rock shelf. I think the tide's on the way out. Alright, time to get going. So I've walked this one at low tide before, and it's still good. But the tide's a fair bit higher. So that rock shelf is what I normally walk on. It's going to require a little bit of good management and good luck to get around this. I think with dry feet. I don't really want to get wet feet yet. Anyway, I think it's going to be slippery. So I might turn off the camera. Here's some nice rock pools through there. Even on this shitty day, I can see them. They look nice. Oh, that's the cape down there. That's where it came from last night. I just successfully negotiated that little ledge there without getting wet. Just. Now we've got the beach, and then I'm going to climb up onto the cliffs for a fair while. So I think I'm going to make it without wet feet. I'm having some that, I'll probably get swamped by a wave on the beach. So all good. It's a shame about the cloud today. Hopefully it burns off soon. The other pain in the ass today is the marsh flies are already biting. So I might have to buy some insect repellent somewhere. So I'm up on the cliff tops now. We're walking up here. It's pretty sensational, really. You can see a couple of surfers out there this morning. That's 16th Beach that I'm going past now. But believe it or not, it's actually starting to rain. Getting a few spots of rain on me. I don't think it's going to last long. So I've just enjoyed my second brekkie. I'm getting eaten alive by marsh flies. My legs are got bites all over them. I'm going to have to try and pick up some insect repellent, some Bushman's or something down at, well, it's the first shop I get to. Hopefully there's a general store in about an hour. I'll see if they've got something. Because yeah, this is borderline torture at the moment. Anyway, while I've been sitting there, there's been a few raindrops come down again. I don't think it's going to settle in. I think I'm pretty right. But I wasn't expecting rain. I was expecting warm weather and blue skies actually. So behind that pine tree is Arthur's Seat. Hopefully I'll be back there tomorrow sometime. And just over that ridge over there is Port Phillip Bay. So that's going to be the bay I walk back towards Melbourne along, if all goes well. So this is kind of the outskirts of, I'm not sure, Sorrento maybe not quite Sorrento yet. But yeah, we're getting towards it. So I'm on a bit of a sidetrack now. I'm at Cowboy Beach. This is a spot called Spray Point. It's worth doing some of these side tracks because they inevitably lead to stunning spots like this. So that reflection's not bad. So this is still out on Spray Point. I assume it's Spray Point because of, I think I mentioned this last time I was out here. That's where the waves crash in, they spray up. That could be a feral fact. A couple of rock fishermen out there enjoying the day. So this beach here is Goin Beach. You can almost, well, you can drive to within a few hundred metres of it. It's a pretty popular beach. That's the end of the peninsula down there where I'm heading. Quite a few hours yet. Still trying to get hold of some bug spray. So there's a shop just down here, I hope, that might sell it. We'll see how we go, because these marsh flies are horrific today. There's always a problem. This paradise is always never what it seems. There's always something that isn't right. And here, the scenery's beautiful, the weather's beautiful. It's the bloody marsh flies. So I've left the coastal trail for a bit. I'm heading towards that roundabout down there. I think there's a shop down there. I'm hoping it sells bug repellent. And maybe a cold drink, and maybe something to eat. Who knows how lucky I'll get. Okay, I successfully refueled at the Goin General Store. And now I'm heading back to the beach. Next big landmark will be Sorrento Back Beach, I suppose. So I've mounted up Mount St Paul. I think that's Diamond Bay down there. I'm heading down the end, into the gloom, into the end of the peninsula down there. I've come from down. Just see, I can just see with a bare eye Cape Shank. So I started there last night, and that's Arthur's Seat. So that'll be guiding me home tomorrow for a fair chunk of the day. That yacht club down there, I think it's the Blairgowrie Yacht Club. So that's Port Phillip Bay on that side. So this little spot here is the Bay of Islands. And this sensational piece of sand and rock and water over here is Diamond Bay. That's very nice. So
Here's another quick look at Diamond Bay. So that beach in the, maybe the far distance on the GoPro, that's Portsea Back Beach. So that's where I'm heading down to. I got Sorrento Back Beach in between. I'm wondering if I can buy a cold drink at one of these surf lifesaving clubs. At least I'll be able to fill up my water anyway. And from Portsea Back Beach, I'm heading into Point Nepean. How far I'm heading into Point Nepean, I'll see how I feel when I get there. That down there is Sorrento Back Beach. That's Copham's Lookout, that little rotunda up on the hill. Probably head up there. Back on the beach. So this is a fairly steep beach, this one. You always seem to cop this one at high tide too, because when we try and time the Gunnery, Rye and at low tide. Anyway, I've only got to walk to that surf club up there. You can see it. I'm going to get back on the track. It's actually a sensational afternoon now, must be mid-20s. Probably couldn't really ask for better. It's about I don't know, 2ish in the afternoon. I'm at Portsea now. I've just gone for a bit of a swim. To try and find a cold shower now to watch the slaughter. Feeling a lot more human. I was starting to flag a little bit walking along the beach towards the lifesaving club, but the swim, the best race certainly woken up. I think I'm suffering a bit because yesterday I put in 21 hour day. Pretty solid day yesterday. I am old and fat and unfit, so it's hard to back up after those days at my age. Anyway, let's go and see if I can find a shower in this flush building. Have a look at that. Just approaching London Bridge Lookout. Just see the I don't know if you see it in GoPro, but the Spirit of Tasmania is just going through the heads, heading for Geelong now. Unfortunately, that's a long way from my house. I'll see a few trips to Tassie in the next few years, hopefully. There's London Bridge. Got the life, got the armchair happening. Not a bad view. So I'm in Point Nepean now, Point Nepean National Park, on Wilson's Folly track. There's a nice shady track on a hot afternoon. It's quite good. So I think what I'm going to do now is head down to the point. I'd probably rather walk Point Nepean than up around Mount Martha. So if I start heading up the bay now, I'm probably going to get to Mount Martha tomorrow afternoon, whereas if I spend the rest of the afternoon at Point Nepean, I'll probably finish my walk somewhere around Safety Beach, but time will tell. So for those people that don't know, Point Nepean National Park is home to Fort Nepean, which used to be a military installation in the First and Second World Wars. So this place, apart from the great views, also got a lot of military history. They've got bunkers and guns, and this is a firing range. So I'm up on a spot called Monash Light, which is no doubt a shipping beacon. It's the old quarantine station over there at Point Nepean. There's the Queenscliff Ferry in the background coming in. Let's swing around this way. You can see over the other side of the bay, that's Queenscliff with the pine trees. So that's where that ferry runs between Sorrento and Queenscliff. And that is the head of Port Phillip Bay down there. I'll stagger down there, I'll be down there in another hour or so. That's Bass Strait. That stunning piece of architecture is another rifle range. I'm heading to a place called I think it's Cheviot Hill, or Cheviot Lookout. This is the beach where Harold Holt got taken by a Chinese submarine. Harold Holt, for those who don't know, he's one of our Prime Ministers. Must have been in the 70s, early 70s this happened. Yeah, there you go, eh? That which may or may not be true, the submarine. It could have been a shark, or he could have drowned. So this is Cheviot Beach. This is where old Harold met the shark, or the mini sub, or the alien, maybe just drowned. So these are some of the old gun emplacements at Fort Pierce. Tip of Point Nepean down there. I'm going to head down to the rip, but looks like the track's closed. So I suppose I'll head up to the fort instead. So the rip is where Port Phillip Bay enters Bass Strait. Might head up that track and see. There's a view. So that's the rip, Port Phillip Bay rip, just around the corner. That's a track that's closed down there that you can't get around. So this is Port Phillip Bay I'm looking at now. I'm going to be following that for the rest of the walk. Let's see where we get to. I'm in some of the old forts now, tunnels. Certainly a fucking labyrinth. Rabbit warren in here. Imagine children would love this place. So there's an exit sign there. Right there. Now they tell me about the snakes. The wind's howling through here. It's cool, it's nice. Watching these big container ships, that's only a little one, but the big ones come in through the rip. That's why I wanted to head down there. It's, you're almost standing underneath them as they come through the rip. It's an amazing sight. Anyway, I'll probably come back to Point Nepean one time because it's a pretty awesome place, and just do a walk featuring just this, not in the middle of a 40k day, because it deserves its own little walk, I reckon. There is a walk, or one or two or three maybe walks on my blog from Point Nepean if anyone wants to search it out. I was following the roads for a while through Point Nepean. There's a lot of road bashing here. I picked up a fire track now. I'm heading down towards Gunner's Cottage, just passing another fort. Last time I was here you couldn't access that beach from this end because the steps were gone. There's a walking track that heads through the scrub anyway. So the rough plan now is to get to Portsea, maybe grab a drink or at least refill a water bottle, and then probably push on. There's a walk between Portsea and Sereno called the Millionaire's Walk, so I'll probably I'll try, and it's a hard one to find. It's not signposted. It's almost like the millionaires don't want you walking on their front yards. Who'd have thought? So, but if I can find that again, I've been on it for a while, then I'll head up to Sorrento, and that'll be dinner time, probably at about 9 o'clock, I reckon, all going well. We'll see how it all pans out. Well, I'm back on a road bash. The second track that I was going to take down to Gunner's Cottage looks like that's closed as well. So there's no real option. I could cut back over to the ocean side and kind of retrace some of the steps through there, but I'll just wander down the access road. It's only about probably a kilometre and a bit from here. Trouble is, and I think I'm going to have to keep walking the access road from there for another 3 or 4 k's. And I don't know what I've done so far today. Be well over 30 by now, I think. So my feet are starting to get a little bit tender. Hang on, we have an update. So Coles track was the one I was looking at, but it never used to start here. But I'll be able to get on it. It looks like there's a track now to the quarantine station, which will save me following this road. So I've had a win there, I think. Let's go for a bit of a walk. This is something you don't see on every bushwalk. Unless you get married in the national park. So these are the flash glamping tents. They look like my old Southern Cross canvas tent. I don't know what you pay for them. Cheap. This is the old quarantine station. This place was fought over for years. developers could get hold of it, or whether it'd go for public land. In the end, it looks like it's kind of a mix. I don't know. I think Parks Victoria are running the glamping side of it. I'm just walking right through the middle of it now. What do we do with it? Water tap. Sign of the tap. I'm sure there'll be one somewhere if I hunt it around. That's a big grounds. There's a lot of old buildings there. Just walking away from this place, and I saw this sign. Looked around to get one last look at it. Saw this sign, Police Point Bay Trail. Sounds like what I need. Let's see if I can find on my way through the labyrinth of old buildings and grounds. Even better, I found a drinking town. Although I'm not going to fucking drink out of it because there's too many bees. What a tease. Thinking that must have been a school for the kids in quarantine back in the day. So, still weaving my way through these old buildings, some more historic than others. Bit of a fucking creepy place, really. Be spooky at night walking through here, that's for sure. This is where the first class passengers got to quarantine. It's on a little bit of a hill with a bit of a view. So we're in Portsea at the moment. Oh, I'm walking through Portsea. That's Portsea down there. Come through. I reckon. I'm not sure whether it's Toorak or here. I imagine here has to have the most expensive real estate in Victoria. So I'm wandering down some back lanes in at Portsea. What could go wrong there? Trying to find the start of this millionaire's walk. It basically runs along the cliff tops on the edge of all these flash buildings. I think I have to pick up a beach and then I'll follow the beach and pick up the millionaire's walk. But you'd be shocked to know that well, they're really probably billionaires because everything's worth $1 million nowadays. The billionaires probably aren't real keen on people walking this track, so they make it as hard to find and as hard to pick up as possible. And I've done it from the other direction before, and had to walk through like a garden fence into someone's backyard to start the track. That's how, and it was not signed. That's how hard it is to find. So we'll see how we go from this direction. I think I'm on the right path so far. Gee, I'm getting a bit hungry. I'm looking forward to getting to Portsea, getting to Sorrento, trying to find something to eat. It's been a long day. Should be some good views between here and Sorrento, I would think. one of the big princess ships heading out there. Heading out. Walking up and down steps for these folks, they've got their own elevators. Like I said, lifestyles of the rich and the shameless down there. Just feels a bit wrong, really, doesn't it? Always on this one is we stick to the fence line. I'm pretty sure we don't jump in there. Lap pool there. There's the path going down there. Exit entry at the Portsea end, at the Sorrento end. As you come down this little laneway, you go through the hole in the fence. Yeah. This old church dates back to the 1870s, apparently. I'm back on the Nepean Highway now, following it into Sorrento. The sun's just going down out over straight out there. I've probably got about, I guess, a kilometre into town, and then time to find some food and drink. So I've had a feed of noodles. This is really civilised bushwalking, this stuff. Now it gets to the feral bit though. Now I'm going to find somewhere to sleep for the night. So what I'm thinking is, one of those boat sheds might do me. If I can find one out of the way somewhere with not too many people around. I'll roll the mat out up on the decking of one of them. We'll see how it pans out. Okay, got the high-tech light set up again. It's pitch black. I've been doing a bit of night hiking for a couple of hours. It's about 11 o'clock. I'm at Blairgowrie. Did 45 k's today and climbed about 900 metres. The figures are a little bit approximate because I forgot to fucking start my app once when I left Sorrento Back Beach, and I remember when I got to Portsea, so the app says 42 or 41.9, but there's a 3k section missing in the middle. It was a big day. On my fitness app, it's the most steps and most calories I've ever burnt. I'm cowboy camping again. I don't know if you can see. I'm actually I've got the stars above me. I've got got a boat shed beside me. That's what the blue wall is. So yeah, it's quite a comfy. I'm lying on a deck. It's quite a comfy
setup here. Alright, one more day to go. Let's see where we get to tomorrow. Catch you later, see you in the morning.